I know what happened back there in that lab. You won't fool me again.
Eyes there. Look. I can help you recover. I promise I won't hurt you. The key to the door is on the drawer behind you. I hope you'll change your mind.
Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Project Crypt. Now, for some strange reason, it didn't save me watching that message, so I respawned back outside of that little doorway there, but it doesn't matter. We've gone through that little cutscene again, so now we can, goodness sake, now we can carry on with the game. Do we have anything exciting being served up for dinner? It would seem not. We simply have some Chinese takeaway, which is much higher resolution than everything else in this entire game put together. Right then. No matter how many hours I play this game for, it still manages to be a little bit creepy with its old dark corridors. Right then, let us continue on and see if we can figure out where the hell it is we're going. What do we have here? Some pills! I think that was a helicopter. And I don't think it belonged to nice people that are going to help me. I think that belonged to smelly people that are not going to help me even a little bit. Kitty, that's sorry, that just took Kitty. That really set off my Kitty, that is a long drop. Oh gosh, I can't even see the street. Oh my Kitty aunt, that is a very, very long drop. Where are you expecting me to go? If you expect me to jump off here and land on that building, you are severely deluding yourself, game. Kitty aunt, I can't go anywhere from here. There's nowhere to go. Was this just so that I could see the helicopter? Or can I like go through this vent? No. Because can I go through a window? I can't jump off that. Oh god. Is there a door? There is an item on that rooftop, so I clearly am meant to get there. I think there's some more pills there. Oh gosh, I've got to be a big brave boy. What's the jump button? That is, if the jump button fails me, I am going to cry. Everything's fine. Everything's Kitty. I can't even look at that. My health regenerated. That was strange. It doesn't normally do that. Maybe that was like a scripted thing to say, like, we know you're going to take damage here, and we don't think it's fair that you have to. You should be forced to lose health for something that's integral to game progression. Right then, that was amazingly stupid. I think I'd have just gone back down and then crossed the street. But what do I know? All right then. Hello? Hello? What type of enemy are you? Are you another... Yeah, you're another vomiting one, aren't you? That's lovely. Gives me an opportunity to use my new shotgun a bit more. Hello, friend. Haha. I have the high ground. You have been defeated. Kitty, they fall in such a strange manner because you can't actually see their head, even from the back. It is most bizarre. Right then. I'm a bit confused with these graffiti artists who come up here just to graffiti the door they came through, nothing else. It seems a little mysterious. But never mind. Oh dear. These, what type of enemies were these? Oh, these are the ones with the, with it Kitty on. I haven't seen one of these faces in a little while, and I could have gone a hell of a lot longer without seeing one. They're the ones with the, sadists, or masochistic toothbrushes. If I could get my tongue untied. Dear oh dear oh dear. Right then, so other than not getting killed and avoiding the military, what exactly is my main objective at the moment? I think I'm still trying to meet up with my friends from the hideout who are waiting on me to bring them the car parts. Kitty yard. Could there be a few shotgun shells here, please? I'm gonna miss using the shotgun if I can't. Kitty yard. I'm gonna miss using the shotgun if I don't actually get the chance to use it. There we are. That's the end of him. Now I don't really want to waste the kitty yard. In the dark, I can still see it dribbling. Don't want to waste the rifle on these little people. Oh, I can press right mouse button and then I can switch between 1 bullet and 3 bullets. I did not know that I could do that. That is most interesting. There could have been a little tutorial that told me that, but never mind. You can't have everything. Great, well, we can't have more frickin' batteries. How many batteries do we actually have at the moment? 40. 40. We could power all of Lithuania off of that. Goodness sake. Man alive! I really need to stop jumping out of my frickin' skin, don't I? Dear, I tell you what part of it is. Part of my concern is that I haven't, like, properly died in this game before. So I mean, I can only assume that I just go back to the last. Oh no, I have died a couple of times, haven't I? Like the big combat arenas and stuff, where there were like loads of minions and a boss or something. But I haven't just died to just a couple of standard people, so that still seems like quite a foreign and scary concept to me. Of course it's out of bullets. Of course it is. It's bitter. Kitty on. Now come a load more of them. A frickin' conga line. Stop waving your head back to the forth, as if you're doing some sort of dance. Nothing so pleasant is going on in this place. Right then. I'm not entirely sure why we're traversing across the rooftops, but presumably this is slightly safer than going through the streets. Just... Oh, kitty, kitty. I still do not like the noises those things make. Not to imply that I ever did much like them, but you know what I mean. Kitty. Alright, there's a load more over there. They're in with guns. Hello? Anybody with a gun? Not that I can see, no. On the one hand, I miss having a melee weapon, because it meant I didn't have to expend ammunition. On the other hand, I don't, because it gives me an excuse to stay slightly further away from these kids. Which is nice. No, don't have to get within kissing distance of them. Come on, would someone just see me and come over and say hello to me? Ideally not the bloke with a gun. Always run out in the worst possible moment. There we are, that's better. Right then, wait, I did hear a gun go off, but I haven't actually seen anybody who's holding a gun. Because you're not. No, I don't see anyone. He must be somewhere. Maybe he's further off around the back, behind that block there. Or maybe he's the bloke over there. Just got a little closer. Oh, that's why they're not running towards me. There's a big gap here. Suddenly things begin to make sense. Let's enjoy the turkey shoot. That's right. Run away. He seems to be too far away for me to actually hit him, so perhaps I should stop wasting all of my ammunition. Right then, that's sorted out. Now how am I going to get across here? I really don't want to jump this. I possibly could, but I'd much rather find like a board or something that I can use to make a little bridge. but I somehow doubt I'm going to be allowed to do anything that dynamic. Pick up a couple of these pallets. No. Oh, fine. Oh, Kitty Yards, that is still too stressful. How does this game manage to keep... How does this game keep managing to come up with new things to stress me out with? Like, could it stop doing that? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Keeps inventing these new ideas. Spooky things. And somehow, each one is a bit spookier than the last. This one doesn't seem very interested in playing the game. He seems interested in running away. Oh well. For no particularly good reason, let's try and get him in the head for once. Maybe that's why my aim in this game is slightly better. I don't know what was up with him, but he was being creepy. You're gonna run out of pistol bullets in this round. Yeah, maybe that's why my aim in this game is a little bit better, because I don't need to bother about the headshots, so I'm aiming for a slightly larger area, which means I'm slightly more consistent in whether or not I hit them or not. Perhaps that's the case. Maybe I'm just so used to playing Resident Evil and The Evil Within and things like that, where people's bodies phase through chimneys, where headshots are the rule of the day due to the oh gosh. Why is this not on burst? Spent all of last episode being incredibly pleased about the fact that this was a burst weapon, and I didn't even bother taking advantage of that effect. Dear oh dear. Didn't I pick this battery up? I feel like I picked this battery up. Is that a sniper rifle? Oh, kitty yards. I do not know. Well, this is definitely different from this. Let me drop this for the moment and pick this up. Can I aim it? Yes, I can. Interesting. So I can do peeking through windows and things like that. That's sort of cool. Yeah, it really annoys me that I can't carry more weapons. That's really interesting now. So I could still use this as like a mid-range weapon, but I could also use it for picking off enemies at long distance or trying to get headshots on bosses, that sort of thing. Oh, but I love that weapon, it's cool! But again, I want to keep showing you new stuff. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Fine, we'll take a risk, we'll see how this goes. With my incredibly long left arm here, wasn't cognizant of that before, but suddenly now it's all that I'm cognizant of. I don't think that's another helicopter, I think that's just like a power unit or something. Hello? He doesn't look dead, he just looks thoroughly ashamed of himself. But never mind. Maybe if we're coming up onto the roof with no weapons, he should be ashamed of himself. Alrighty then. Well, that ended quickly. Let's actually use this bandage before we throw ourselves back into the lion's maw. And then we'll get the lights out. I should also, there we are, I should also favour that. There we are. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on 3, and there we are, the shotgun on 2, because I want to be able to get myself out of pickles. I feel like I can hit 2 slightly more easily than I can hit 3. The hell was that? Ow, go get the yacht. What? Oh! Die, please. And thank you. Kitty yacht. Well, give me the gun, for goodness sake. No, Kitty. Now everything's... Now... Just reload the gun! Oh, it's not even empty. Is that quite everybody? Not quite everybody. Is that quite everybody? That's better. Right then. Let's just... I don't want your masochistic toothbrush impaled into my buttocks. Also don't want to spit everywhere. I do apologise. It's absolutely revolting. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right then. May I have my pills now to help me calm down a little bit? Crying out loud and down a few sedatives. Right. Now, might I possibly be permitted a moment's peace and quiet? This game never slows down. And that's one of the reasons I love it. Oh, Kitty, now I'm going to get driven into more of them because I'm backing away from this kid. And I'm getting shot in the bum again. Crying out loud, why did I come into this building? This building is horrible. Ah, damn it, look at all the blood on the walls. The worst part of it is a significant percentage of it is mine. Rifle magazines, good. Maybe I should have been... Kitty on. Fine, I think you're trying to tell me something, game. I can listen to you. There we go. Why is there a ×1 down there? I was wondering whether maybe I could zoom in with the scope using the mouse wheel, but I'm throwing it around and nothing much seems to be happening with that, so I'm not convinced I actually can alter the level of zoom on this. Bandages, hurrah! Giddy on. No, these ones, giddy on. It's so difficult to tell what some of these items are, given they're all cylindrical. And they're all just minimalistic silhouettes. Right. Given that all of the little pitter-patter of feet has stopped, and all the pitter-patter of their accursed hearts have stopped as well, then we might be offered just a moment's opportunity to take a look at this place in vague safety. Emphasis on the word vague. Right, let me reload my shotgun, because that needed reloading. Why is the reload on this gun so slow? Dear oh dear. I'm just going to stand here in case that kid with a gun comes back. Man alive. It just really gets on my nerves that those kids with the guns have shockingly good aim and can also aim in the dark. You'd think for men with no faces they wouldn't be quite so good at seeing things. See, I can see nothing down there. It's pitch black. This does not seem in the slightest bit fair. It's so dark. I see. That's why I couldn't see anything, because he followed me. He tried. Wish I'd follow someone's advice and reload occasionally. Right. Excuse me for a moment while I just pick about 90 bits of lead out of my chest. And then we'll get on there. Then we'll get back on with the game again. Dear oh dear. I really am not very good at this, am I? I mean, I could understand them shooting me if I was holding a light, right? But when I poke my head round the corner in a pitch black area, you'd imagine they'd have as much difficulty seeing me as I have in seeing them. But no, at least I've got a few bullets, even though they're not really what I need at the moment. What I desperately need is healing items. Dear oh dear. Alright, let me go through here. No, this is locked. Any other doors? There's a slightly knobbly-bobbly wall, but not much else. I'm not overly concerned about the knobbly-bobbliness of the local architecture. Alright then, let's go through the door that had the light shining on it, because that's obviously where we're actually meant to be going. And hope that there isn't a boss on the other side of this screen. No, but at least there's a checkpoint. Of that, I'm grateful. I never quite notice how far away the checkpoints are from each other in this game, but I think they're a bit too far, if you ask me. Right then, this seems positively pleasant and well lit and clean, which undoubtedly means it's going to go wrong in a second. Well, we survived a second and nothing's gone wrong yet. Pistol bullets, nice, but a bandage, nicer, much nicer indeed. This is the bit where we realise I actually already had one on me. Alright. Nothing here. Nothing here. To be honest, if there isn't a light shining on a door, there's like a 2% chance I'll actually be able to go through it. But never mind. Check this one and this one. Nope. Okay, dokie then. Straight into the slightly squiffy elevator. At least this time we won't have a battery draining while we're going through it for once. I find myself wondering if this game is eventually going to have an elevator that where the cord snaps. Because I feel like we've had enough elevators where there's been creaky noises that at the beginning you get nervous of the doors, and then by this point you're sort of feeling a little bit more confident about the elevators, and you don't worry about the scary noises they make. So I think it would be quite an effective moment to scare the player by actually having an elevator that breaks. But we shall see. We shall have to wait and see. See what other tricks this game has in its bag which it wishes to pull out. Well, I suppose it was worth a try. I will forever be paranoid playing this game. Forever be paranoid. Some more bullets, thank you very much. I am grateful for them, even if there are other things I would rather have. But never mind. Here we go through another one. That was a scary noise. You distracted me from looking at the cute cat. You very much distracted me from looking at the cute cat. Dear oh dear oh dear. It's too dark. It's too dark. I'm scared. Hello? Is there anyone there? Is there a thunderstorm going on? Is that what made that scary noise? Kitty hut. I'm convinced one of these doors has got to be open. There's got to be a secret here. No, not more of these. No! Get the gun! I didn't mean this one, but never mind. It seemed to work, and for that I'm grateful. These things are always lurking in the frickin' shadows. Infernal little demon creatures. Dear oh dear oh dear oh dear oh dear. Right then. Let's Kitty on. Hooray! A door that was open. Is there actually going to be a demon in here that will murder me? No. No, good, that's nice. Normally random hotel rooms that you enter without really knowing who you're going to encounter inside don't end this well. But, I should have these, please, thank you very much. And there's that stock laptop again. Anything in the little drawers or anything? No, nothing at all. Can we go into the bathroom? Yes, we can. Goodness, this is a snazzy place. This is snazzier than my own apartment, and I can see myself again. I can see myself in decent light when I'm all the way back here, but not when I get closer, which is a bit strange. But never mind. Let me turn that off, actually. Does that help at all? No, it doesn't. So I always have the model of the pistol out, even if I've actually got the light, or the rifle, or the shotgun. That's interesting. I don't know why that's interesting, but that's interesting. Right then. Where's the door gone? There's the door gone. Right then. Good. I have survived the hotel bedroom encounter with all of my organs intact, which I must say is a bit of a surprise. Really? 3 shots from the shotgun, or 3 shots from this? That either means that this is very strong, or the shotgun isn't as powerful as I thought it was. Maybe that's the disadvantage, like it has better range, but weaker power or something. One doesn't know. One only knows it's really dark in here, isn't it? Dear oh dear oh dear. Can you only go through doors that are slightly ajar like this one, then? Is it like the door is ajar, it's an elevator, or it's got like a light shining on it like this one? guess we're going through here. What? I can't go through here until I find the code. Oh, fiddlesticks and darn it! Oh, giddy yards. Well, now where am I going? I haven't seen any elevator codes anywhere. Unless there was something in here I didn't see, but surely not. Is there like a note or a piece of paper, or is it man alive? Sorry, I haven't seen audio equipment like that in a very long time. Let's reload that. Can't like go out these doors or anything, can I? Seemingly not, no. This is interesting. I haven't seen anything that would be indicative of a code. If there's anything in here I didn't see because I was too busy looking at my own reflection. Narcissistic gentleman that I am. No, they didn't hide it in the toilet, did they? It would seem that they didn't. Alright then, it must be somewhere else on the, somewhere else on this floor, unless there's like another door I can go through, but I thought I checked them all quite thoroughly. Not sure that is. A little fire extinguisher station, that makes sense, I suppose. And that's what's... I forgot you could access laptops in this game. You might have forgotten that as well, but in fairness to you, the video where I last went and got a laptop probably came out ages ago in comparison to this one. I have no excuse, because for me that was less than a week ago. Right then! How is it physically possible that any human being be this stupid? Yeah, you just interact with these laptops and it's not rocket science, Phil, it's actually quite simple. If you want a piece of information, maybe you use a piece of technology to give it to you. Right then, 8052, please. This is not a great code, because they're all on the same line. Okay then, that's good. Let me just quickly put a battery in. Don't have any more healing items, do I? I have the pills, but I'd rather not use those when I've only got half health. Alright, it sounds like we are about to get access. I really don't want to be standing on a window ledge with no safety barrier when I seem to be on about the 70 millionth floor. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh gosh, well, at least I don't want me to jump over this one. I'd be grateful for that. Dear, oh dear. Oh god. It's not so bad now because we're only like, what, 8 floors up or so? Not up there, we're like 50 floors up. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That signal. I have to let Vlad know about this. Come on, answer.
Has he been gotten by the military?
Hey, Vlad, we might have a problem. I saw a mercenary chopper fly by. I'm not sure we'll be able to leave the city by car.
Shit, choppers? I'm tracking your location, and it seems you're not far from Temple's hidden portland for emergency protection. You need to find that station and take out the military helicopter. This will delay any of their next moves.
And how am I supposed to do that?
You will understand it once you open the station. I gotta go.
I will not regret this.
I get the distinct impression that the this stash they talk about is just an RPG masquerading as a tube of wrapping paper. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where am I going now? Do I need to climb up this somehow to try and get up on here? There we go. Excellent. A little bit of platforming exercise, which admittedly is not easy with this character who has quite a bit of inertia, but never mind. You sort of get used to it after a while, but there's still a little bit more than you'd like, because the amount that you'd like is none. After all, we're not playing Mario. These poorly defined hitboxes are really getting on my nerves. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'll just reload for the sake of it. I'm willing to give up one bullet, particularly when I've got to like, go through a door. And deal with something like that on the other side of it. Right then. Oh, I actually have a bandage. I should probably make use of that. Giddy yards. Memory the length of a drawing pen. Okay then. Let's go. Actually, let's go to the light instead. What on earth is that? Oh, 'tis a ladder. 'Tis nothing to be scared of. 'Tis only a ladder. giddy on. There is something, on the other hand, that you can definitely be scared of. Oh, wow, that got both of them. That's impressive. I've never seen the shotgun do that before. Can I actually change my mind about reloading it and do it later? When I've got a little bit more time on my hands. Go on. Poke your way around. Please. Thank you. Right. Everyone has to have to say please to an enemy, but it seems that I have. Dear. See, if it's just enemies like this, I'm fine, right? Just nice, easy ones like this. I'm not concerned. I have seen the movement, like a shark. Once I see movement, I'm on the hunt for a kill. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay then, right. Now that we've got dead bodies strewn all over the place, we can actually enjoy this location. Which is a slightly strange phrase. Right, let's check some of these doors. To be honest with you, it probably is totally pointless to do that. But, just for the sake of not missing things, I do want to do that. Because we've definitely seen some missable things, like the rifle that we found in the shopping centre. That was behind that sort of dressing room curtain. That was definitely missable, wasn't it? Because it wasn't essential that you see that. I don't know how much else we found that's been sort of missable. How they can shoot before they even turn around doesn't seem very fair. But never mind. Who cares if it's fair as long as it's fun? It does seem quite rare that there are bad guys in these sorts of areas. I'm wondering if it's maybe because the AI isn't, like the pathfinding for the AI isn't perfect, so they don't put the bad guys in areas like this, which are full of like these little objects that they get bump into and get stuck on, which will excuse me, which may betray the limitations of the AI. Yep, this is where my RPG is. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's an RPG. Yep, it's an RPG. Right then.
Holy crap!
Well, that happened faster than I thought it was going to, but enough quotations from my sex life. Let's get on with the game.
You are completely deranged, Vlad.
Yeah, whatever. Isaac, you need to hurry up. Garrett just had a sword, and Leslie managed to get him off. I don't know how much longer we can be on, but I know for sure it's not a lot. Also, stop fighting up, and get a tissue for a minute and it's later. Gary needs it.
Oh, okay. I'll try to find it. I'll get there as soon as I can.
It's interesting now I get turned into a nurse. Alright then, of course I don't still have that missile launcher, because what kind of crazy person would take a missile launcher with them? Kitty ass. That, I get the impression that was meant to be a super cool moment of the game, but it did kind of fall flat a bit, because it all happened in the space of about 3 seconds. But, never mind, it was sort of fun while it lasted. I wish we could have got a better look at the man who seemed to get off the helicopter and stand on that little bit of landing there. I rather wish we could have seen that, but never mind. Off to the hospital we go. Was Gary the Gary was the older one, wasn't he? Thank you. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was Albin with the shotgun who came with us. There was Vlad who was talking to us on the phone, and then Gary must have been the other guy who seemed older, if I remember correctly. His voice actor didn't, but his character model did. Yep, good, more stuff. And now you're giving me the opportunity to switch back to this if I don't like the rifle. That's interesting. I like that it lets you do that sometimes. I don't know, though. I do like this, and I would like the opportunity to try it using the scope a bit more, and it does seem good and powerful. I guess I'll stick with it for now, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right. First I'm going to use this bandage, and then I'm going to get my light. Right. Good. They are little trees. When I saw these dark silhouettes in the shadows, I don't know how well you can see those, but I was reminded of the like the zealots from Resident Evil 4, just these dark, cloaked and hooded figures, just standing in a row quietly, waiting for an opportunity to murder you. So that's lovely. I see we've been out for quite a while because it was dawn not long ago. It was dawn last time we saw Albin, so Funkalicious tunes. Quickly find something to hide behind! I think they've got a missile launcher. Oh, giddy aunt! I see you've nabbed a few noises out of SCP. That's nice. Giddy aunt. That takes me back. Both the noises of the Nine-Tailed Fox squads and also the effectiveness of them shooting me seems quite familiar as well. Right then, I wonder if they give me this gun because they say this gun is more effective in the fight you're about to have. Right then. Goodness sake, that didn't go very well. These are well-trained soldiers, and in case you haven't noticed, I'm not. Giddy aunt. Okay then, should we see if we can get a slightly better lay of the land? What do we have? We have some police cars, there's one. If you're easily convinced of things, then I can convince you that I killed one. Maybe it's time to use those pills. Maybe we should use the Magnum on these kids. I want to at least have a look at their armor, at the very least. Right, let's go back to the gun, please. Thank you. I also noticed these larger guns are much slower to draw them as well, which means you can't switch them in a pickle as quickly, which is difficult. Right then, I do spy quite a few bodies lying around, but I'm not convinced they're all dead yet, so before we have a look at their interesting character models and also their guns... Earth is that? Oh, it's a tree. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I was just giving you a little insight of what it would be like for a kid who was evacuated during the Blitz and visiting the countryside. Right then, let's have a look at this man. Yep, relatively standard sort of black body armour, lots of pouches, lots of big boots, and sort of gas mask and helmet, or possibly beanie sort of thing going on. No evidence of their weapons, which is interesting, because I would have been curious to see exactly what it was they were using to shoot my bum off. I do spy another one over there, who has disappeared somewhere. Crying out loud. Why were there so many police cars around here? There must have been some sort of important event that happened just here, right before the, right before the infection spread, or whatever it was that killed everyone, or turned them into faceless maniac people. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Stuff, I love stuff. Stuff makes me happy. Giddy on. At least when I can carry this stuff, anyway. Yeah. One thing I am curious about is the fact that they referenced these gentlemen that I'm shooting. They reference them as mercenaries rather than as soldiers, despite the fact that they did address them as the military earlier, which I find curious. Because if they're mercenaries, then they're surely like a private military group, rather than like being the National Guard or something. If I'm honest, I'd rather be shooting at a private military group rather than a national military group. Not that, to be honest, I much enjoy shooting anybody. But, you know, if I had to pick someone to shoot, I'd rather pick somebody who who isn't fighting with their country. Would you pick it up? No, apparently you wouldn't. Just pick it. Pick it up! This is very, very annoying. Pick it up! I need those! It just won't stay there long enough. I apologize if you can hear random beeping noises. Some of the USB ports in my computer are acting out today. Right, never mind any of that silly rubbish. Alright, there's nobody here who needs to be shot. Apart from me, of course, needs to be shot for my general rubbishness of the game and for all of the dreadful jokes I keep telling. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the place we started the game. Very much, in fact. It seems so. If I'm going to get my light out, that's probably a suicide decision. Yeah, this is so very similar. Can I please? Thank you. Goodness sake. About frickin' time. I do find it a bit weird that I can pick them up from the far side of a fence, but not when I'm ever so slightly underneath them. I find that a bit confusing. Never mind. Let's get my enormous gun out again. And shoot somebody. Goodness, shooting these kids is going to seem like child's play compared to fighting those soldiers. Alright then. Let's get a bit of light in here. Thank you. And see what we've got. So presumably we are trying to make our way towards the hospital again. I say again, I don't think we've been there before. But that was a strange sort of groany growly noise. It sounded a bit different to what I've heard before. Almost as if they're going to introduce a new enemy type, which would be very soon after introducing the military, but alright. Let's see what we find. My eyes hurt after playing this game for no other reason than the fact that I have to squint. I do apologise if it's really dark for you. No, I've definitely heard that noise before. Kitty yarns. I hate these kids with guns. These did die quite quickly, which is lovely. If nothing else, be grateful of that. dear. Alright, I think we're safe. Let's get the lights out again. Interestingly, there was another door behind me I wanted to go through, but never mind. I do wish there was a way of checking to see if a door can be opened before you actually go through it. Particularly doors as lengthy as these ones. And my battery's draining again. I love that. I'm not going to go back through that again just for the sake of testing that door for no other reason than I'm a bit sick of listening to that infernal racket. There are more of them, and my surround sound tells me they're on the left, but my surround sound is also very, very dodgy. Did you hear that? I don't know if you could quite pick that up. I'll make it a bit louder in post if necessary. It was like a little. Yeah, it's like a little radio communication they're having with their superiors or something. I can't quite make out what they're saying. I really want to go in there and have a look around. The thing is, I never know. I always want to go into like the dead ends first, but I never quite know exactly where those are. Uh-oh. There's someone in here. And I shot a table instead of shooting him. They also react quite smartly to where each other are. Oh, kitty yards. It's so tense when you walk into a room like that. Just stand here in the corner and relax for a second. It's so tense when you walk into a room like that because You can hear them on the far side of a doorway. But you don't know how many of them there are, you don't know what direction they're facing, you don't know what weapon they've got, and you just have to step through the door with your gun and just pray that you're going to be a second faster than they are. Giddy, aren't this is tense. I was going to pull my light out, but I'm not going to. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I wish to have some more stuff. Goodness, it's dark. Let me come back into this kitchen area. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yes, I'd like some shotgun shells, please. Thank you very much. Anything else here? Rifle magazine? No, fair enough. I probably could do with a little reload on that, actually. But it will take for frickin' ever to do it. It's like he's got to reach inside his jacket and unzip it and then put in a passcode and then put his hand in and then take it out and then put the passcode back in and then re-zip it up before he gets the magazine back. Goodness, I've never met anyone so freaking tardy. Alright, let me just go this way first. I don't think there's anyone over there. Get the shotgun out as well for these sort of close quarter encounters. The very bloody and scary kind. Giddy up, oh, this is so dark. Yeah, I do think we've killed them all now. I do think they are all dead. I'm just a bit curious about what this is. Is this damage, do you think? Because these apartments seem to be sort of too lived in. If they were just like half constructed, as it were. It's just some sort of weird architectural design, like this tiny, tiny cupboard. Very, very strange. Man alive, the screen tearing in this bit is unbelievable. Let me use these pills. Here we are. I don't know if you, I mean, OBS has a wonderful ability to filter out screen tearing. Although actually what's more likely is the screen tearing issue occurs sort of separately. Because the way that I assume it works, because I have no idea how it works, is the computer generates an image and then it sends it to two places. One to the screen to show to me, and one to OBS to record it. And then the screen tearing issue occurs with the signal it sends to me, and not to the signal it sends to OBS. That would be my guess of how it actually works. But I don't know. I also can't come over here and investigate this this man who's wearing a very interesting looking jacket. But never mind. Presumably he's a fellow survivor who was a victim of the mercenaries who were working their way through this building. Which I am a little bit confused by. Why are the mercenaries just walking? Kids, I'm scared of a frickin' plant pot. Crying out loud. Yeah, why are the military working their way through these buildings, shooting people? Unless they're looking for something or someone specific. Why would they do that? Because if they just wanted to kill all of the faceless monsters, wouldn't it be much more efficient to just carpet bomb the whole city? I suppose the possible reasons they're not doing that are gosh, more of this tenseness. Possible constraints on them carpet bombing the entire place would be that A, they don't have the resources for it, or B, there is something in the city they're after. Like some sort of source of the infection, perhaps. Like they want to find it, and they're looking for something specific, perhaps. I wonder if that doctor who called us on the phone was at all involved in it. I guess I should take the pills, shouldn't I? Because otherwise I'll have to leave these ones behind and it'll be a waste. Okay then. Stick with the I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I'm actually really glad I brought this gun with me, because otherwise I'd be getting out. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining that I've got lots of bullets, but it does seem like I'm leaving stuff behind and wasting stuff, which is a shame. It doesn't seem like you can carry too many shotgun shells, which is lovely. I also realised I didn't pick up a spare one of these. That would have been stupid of me, wouldn't it? Yeah, I wonder if that doctor who called us on the television, actually, rather than the phone. Why did you just save the game? What's on the other side of this is gonna kill me? Yeah, I wonder if the doctor on the phone was, involved in this somehow. Either in generating the infection, or possibly with the military. Well, all the radios seem to have gone dead, so that's good. Right, just for the sake of having a moment's respite, I'm going to go back through this door. No, I'm not, because I'm not allowed through it anymore, which is a shame. I wouldn't have wasted those bullets with the reload if I'd known I couldn't go back through this door. Ah, dear, would you turn it on? Thank you very much. Yeah, I can't go through there anymore. Dear, oh dear. I wanted to go back and pick up another bullet magazine, otherwise I wouldn't have wasted those bullets. Are these the vehicles of the mercenaries then, rather than the police? That would make sense, because presumably they can't all come in on helicopters. They must have some ground vehicles as well. So, yeah, it would make sense that they have cars, I suppose. Where's my lights? Between the pills, the batteries, the flashlight, and the bandages, it's really difficult to remember what's what. Especially when you run out of something and then find more later, because it always ends up in a different place than before. Okay, good. Here's some bullets at least. That'll make up for all the ones I wasted. Right then. That's interesting. I don't recognise that middle word. I don't recognise it at all. I also don't feel safe walking down this long pathway, because again, they're stocking me up on stuff, which makes me feel like a boss fight is coming any second. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to do a boss with a... would you pick the bandages up? Thank you. How they're going to do a boss with the military, because, unless it's like a vehicle or something. Because... Because, of course, they can't just do like a massive one with 7 arms, like they can with the faceless enemies. When the radios go dead, you're usually relatively safe. Let me just take these pills out again. What is going on with my mouse? Giddy Aunt's being worse than usual. I don't think that's fully the game's fault, though. Let me grab these pills and also reload this and get the extra bullets with me. And then we'll go around the corner and see what else we can find. Giddy Aunt. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This game never slows down, and it always pulls out something new. Which I love, because in a game like this, you do need a lot of variety. Otherwise, it just ends up being an endless stream of random corridors that you walk down, and an endless stream of bad guys that you shoot. But by having a lot of variety with lots of different guns, and lots of different enemy types, and lots of different little environments, and slightly spooky bits, and slightly less spooky bits, and bits where you get spooked by a bin, and things like that, it really does keep the variety up. And it feels like every time you play the game, you get lots of different and exciting things, which is lovely. And it keeps you on your toes as well. What's in here? Some bandages, hooray! Not really sure I should pick discarded bandages out of the trash, but you know. I guess when you've got 1,700 military-grade bullets inserted into your buttocks, your standards aren't all that high anymore. Would you move forward? Thank you. Another rifle magazine. Alright, fair enough. There is a light at the far end of here. I can't tell what it is, though. More bandages? What? Oh, yes, bandages. Sorry, I read that as bondages at first, and I got a little confused. Right, there's a couple there. Where's the third one? It wasn't a third one, it was a third one, a fourth one, and a fifth one. Let's reload and go back for the rifle bullets. Oh dear. Seriously, where the hell were those bullets? There we are. Let's also use a bandage and pick up the other ones. Oh, Kitty up! There's more of them! There's more of them! There's more of them! Oh, Kitty up. It's so tense. I think it's also because they're they're so dark. Like physically, they've just got such a dark character model that it's just so so scary that they can just vanish into the shadows and you can't see them anymore. I find that very, very concerning. Oh, did I pick up those bandages? Oh, I only used that second bandage because I thought I had a spare one. That's not a bandage in a bin, Philip. That is a fire hydrant, and that is a rifle magazine that you probably should take just to be on the safe side. There needs to be a bit in this game where you can do like some upgrades and increase your like reload speed and stuff like that. That would be sort of cool. I don't know. Right then, is that quite everybody? Ah, here is the hospital that we were looking for. Why were they interested in the hospital? Maybe the hospital was the source of the outbreak. Maybe that's where they like first identified the virus or the. Don't take the shot till you can see the whites of my eyes. You made a serious mistake and now you're gonna die. As soon as I figure out where the hell you've gone. He wasn't a great shot, was he? Almost as bad as me. And that is saying something. Alright, I think that's everyone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it was a virus that caused this, outbreak of faceless folks, but, one presumes it must have been something similar. But, you'd think if it was a virus, there'd have been a bit more, sort of reference to it, in the sense that I'd be a bit more nervous of catching it. I don't see anyone down there. Can I just go in through the front door? Or is there another entrance I have to go through, do you think? I don't know. I'm just going to have a poke around the street over here to see if there is anything. Because I do notice a few bins that might have some useful items in them. And this actually looks a lot more like an entrance because it's got lots of lights on it. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, it's just an engine. Just an engine. Nothing to be scared of. Oh, yeah. The light's coming from the front of the truck. It's so very dark. I do apologize. Let's just quickly come over here and see if there's any items or anything. Hello? What are you gentlemen doing? And why are you standing still while you do it? Well, that was a turkey shoot. Was that a bug? Or what? What else could that have been? I'm not sure, but I'm very, very suspicious. Was I supposed to come this way? And again, there's another baddie. At least this one can move. It's more than I can say of most of his brothers. Any other stuff? Unless this is another way to access the, like, the back of the truck so I can get into the hospital. But I thought there was a gap in the fence I could have gone through. Hello, gentlemen. There's no point spitting at me from this distance. Kitty on, you want Mr. Edwards, you can't spit that far for crying loud. Right then. Let me see. Literally, let me see. Let me see with a frickin' light, if you don't mind. Alright, pistol bullets, we can't use any of that. Probably should use the pistol on these guys, actually. But, I hadn't seen them in so long that I thought they might have been upgraded since our last little foray. So, I thought it was best to be on the safe side. I don't see any villainous cads standing over here, so I suppose... yeah, no, here are some villainous cads! Right, go on, stick your bums around the end and I'll shoot them off. There's one bum shot. There's two bums shot. And there we are, the hat-trick of bum shots. Absolutely brilliant. Dear. Oh, stop it with your silly glowing eyes. At least I can actually see their faces a bit better now, because obviously I can zoom in, but it's obviously still pretty dark, but never mind. I think we've seen quite enough of their spooky little faces to last us a good long while, so I wouldn't be too concerned. Kitty aunt! I have to confess I haven't been to places like New York where they have these mega high skyscrapers, but I don't think they're this tall, are they? Or are they? I don't know. I am not an expert. I feel like we've left the hospital far behind. I'm just going to quickly run back and just have a look at where that van was. Because this seems like... it can't just be like a dead end with some, you know, some extra enemies and bits and bobs in it. It seems way too big for that and way too significant, so I really do feel like it was necessary for me to go in here, unless there wasn't a gap in the fence and I was just dreaming that. Kitty hunt. And the gun just isn't working now. In fact, nothing's working. Nothing's killing these kids. Okay, well, this is a concern. I guess we're not going back to see if there was a hole in the fence. I guess we're just going to run straight through the door. Would you run, man? Would you run? What? I think this garage opens elsewhere. Whoa! I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Seriously, why are these guys invincible? I don't remember signing off on that little memo. Kitty yacht. Please tell me I have some pills somewhere. Frickin' need them after this. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I wondered at first if they were like invincible baddies that had been like. Yeah, just kill me, please. Because I want to reset and do this again. Well, get on with it. Thank you. Goodness. Where the hell am I? I have no idea whatsoever. Never mind. That was very weird and mysterious, and I didn't understand that at all. At first, I wondered if... Oh no, I think I do remember vaguely where I am. Oh yeah, this is where the... Yeah, yeah, I remember now, yeah, because this is... Sorry, I got all forgotten. I apologize for being stupid. Sorry, you'll notice that I shut up a bit. I shut up a bit when I have to shoot people, which kind of means the only good thing I can do is continue to shoot people, because at least then I'll be quiet. Never mind. Yes, when we first encountered those invincible enemies, I wondered at first if perhaps they were there to prevent you from turning around, because sometimes games do that. When they want to give you a barrier that you can't surpass, instead of just giving you a literal invisible barrier or something boring like that, they'll do something a little bit more creative, like giving you an invincible baddie. And I was wondering whether that was the situation, but I somehow doubt that that's the reality, because well, why on earth would they do that? When you need to go back there for the sake of going into that place where the truck is, for the sake of getting the garage door open. Where the hell is the other one gone? That's better. Right, go back and restock myself and grab some of those pills. Yeah. Unless they thought that you would go into the place where the truck was first in order to get the garage door open, and then you can go through the big long corridor, and then they can put an impossible barrier behind you, but I don't know, maybe it was just a bug and I'm reading too much into it. I haven't got a clue. Never mind, I'll get us back to the bit where the truck is and we can actually go in there and have a proper look around when we aren't being bum rushed by a dozen invincible dinguses. Right, we're here again. Now we can actually have a proper look around this place and see what's going on. Yes, there is an item there, not one that I can have though. Alright, can I go through here? Yes, I can. Okay then, my best guess is that we come in here, we turn the garage door on so that it opens, then we go back down that long street in order to it is ridiculously dark, but also far too scary for me to actually get the light out. Then we go back down that corridor, long street rather, and I don't see any villains. Now I do. Idiot. Just stop skittering around and just stick your bum out. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, then we'll sort of track back and go through the garage. No signs of threats or discrepancies over, I think they said. Very difficult to hear them. Yeah, so maybe they I think they give off like little radio messages to tell you sort of their detection status, as it were. Like, oh, I'm looking for someone, oh, I can't find anyone, that sort of thing. I'm guessing that's what all that's about, but it's difficult to hear. It's very, very distorted. Well, this looks a bit like a hospital. I don't know if you call that one in the end. It was just a sort of a death sound, but it just sounded like a really bored buzz going. It was rather entertaining. Can I get the light out so I can actually show the nice people the hospital bed that makes me think we've actually reached into the hospital? Which does make sense given that we're actually at the back of the hospital, aren't we? Right then. Again, that's very high res. Some of the textures in this game are very high res, and then you get ones like this that are fuzzier than my face, for goodness sake. It's most mysterious. I do not understand it even a little bit. I do, however, hear some more baddies. Yeah, they're saying no signs of threats or discrepancies. So they haven't found anything mysterious. Sounds like they're right on top of me, but I can't find them. There he is. Idiot. It's the way they just appear out of nowhere. It's very, very scary. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, here's 576,1229 million pills. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's take these just in case the bandage wouldn't get me all the way up. There we are. Don't ask why I'm taking pills to get up. Don't worry about that in the slightest. Okay, so there is a limit to the number of shotgun shells you can carry. I've just never reached it before, so there's 36 spare shells. Okay, fair enough. Okay then, through this door, I suppose. Seems like the perfect place for a little combat encounter. Particularly since I would get distracted by all of the lovely things that are here, or possibly the lovely things that are here are there to heal me up afterwards. Mind you, I can't hear anything. One thing I'll say for these mercenaries, they do make a cantankerous amount of noise. Earth is that? Oh, this is the thing that I need. I thought this was a tiny grenade. I'm sorry.
This must be it.
Nothing that scary has ever really happened in the cutscenes, but again, I'm suspicious that eventually something scary will happen in the cutscenes. Alright, I actually can't take the pills or the shotgun shells with me, so I reckon we're about finished here. I should be using the Magnum more as well. I just haven't found like a good opportunity to use the Magnum, really. Because I feel like the Magnum is best suited for a good boss. But, it's also, an accurate enough weapon. It's also an accurate enough weapon that I don't need... I don't want to use it on the boss for the sake of missing, and the bullets are very rare as well. Okay, so there's a missing valve. So I must find the... I have got to cut back on the drinking. Right then. Seems like all those pills have finally taken effect. Oh, they're not flying, they're floating in the invisible water, which is also electrified. Ah, brilliant. That means if I fall off, I'm going to have to swim through a lot of electrified water. That's fun. So now we get to do another little platforming bit. Hooray, these seem far too far away. Idiot! Well, at least I can come back. How the hell am I meant to get those pills down there? One doesn't know. One doesn't much care either. Can I go through here? This calls for a bit of shotgun. Oh, well, that didn't work. No, that didn't work either. That did, surprisingly. Oh, the valve. I'm carrying too much of these. I'm not carrying any of them! Do you want me to put it in my miscellaneous slot? Alright, fine. Let's use up the bandages then, because goodness knows we need to make good use of them. I'd rather use the pills so that we can replace them with the ones down there. Because I'm hoping that maybe this valve will lower the water level, get like a pump working. Valves and water tend to go together like bacon and eggs, so that seems vaguely reasonable. Why would you program inertia into a platforming exercise? Kitty yards. Blasted Nintendo and their accursed classical platformers with their infernal inertia. Right, can we use the... Where do you want me to put the valve first? It's so dark, I can't see a thing. Right. Thank you. Right, where does the valve go? On here? I don't know. So what can I do with this? So that one doesn't work, but I can flip the other two on. And then I can do place. You need to have the valve for this. Yes. Equip, I suppose, for no good reason. No, use the this. There we are. And now, I have no idea. Well, it seems happy with that, in the sense that I can't do anything more. Have things changed in here now? No, but at least things are vaguely quieter in here than they are in there. Alright, so what the hell am I doing with this? What do these mean? Why do the lights only come on for the top and the bottom one? What temperature do I want to have? I have honestly no idea. And why? How come when I turn it that far, I then can't turn it back? So I'll pick up my PhD in electricianism on the way out of the room, shall I? Right then. Well, at least I was correct about the water being drained. Also, what are those tables made out of? Balsa wood? I've never found a table that could float before. Right then. Giddy. You never quite appreciate the quiet until you've been in a very noisy place for a while. But never mind, that's just how I feel about coming back to the countryside after spending some time in the city. Okay, let's just reload these. Now, can I pick up 2 shells from here? I can pick up 3 and waste one of them. That's interesting. Rifle magazine. I probably need that, don't I? If I ever get the accursed thing out. Well, I need half of it. Okay, let's take this and then get out, and then we might, depending on what the environment looks like, stop there. To be honest, we'll probably just stop the next time it saves the game, because that seems like the most sensible time to do that. We didn't use the pistol, did we? No, we haven't used the pistol since those bugged enemies that we haven't had to deal with yet. Let's go through this door and see what we find on Tud's side. Alright, I've got no idea where I am. I've got no idea where I am with regards to my fingers on the keyboard, but never mind. I think this might be a door. I can't see it very well there. Is this a door? Or is it like a garage or something? Yeah, it's like a big garage door. No, alright, we can't go through there. Let's go back to the gun. I feel slightly safer carrying that. Alright, I have no idea where we are, and I have no idea where we are in relation to that garage it said that we couldn't open. I can't see anybody. Doesn't mean there isn't anyone there, though, because those military people have a horrible habit of jumping out of the shadows. But at least we've... Okay, good. It's just a faceless. It's just a faceless, that's fine. I can deal with faceless people. It's the faced people I have slightly more difficulty facing. Basically turn into a turkey shoot. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. The other thing I like about this is it has a lot of damage per shot. Because the problem with a lot of rifles, particularly automatic ones, is yes, you can do a lot of damage with them, but you do have to expend a lot of bullets in order to actually put that damage into people. But with this, every single shot does a lot of damage. So, that really is very good. It's not good for them, because, you know, they die. Okay, they seem slightly too tall to come through here, which is lovely. You stand still! Thank you, you infernal twins! Crying out loud, that was annoying. Alright. Let's finish off a couple of these bits for the sake of using up the last bits in this magazine, and then we'll switch back to the pistol because we haven't used it in ages. No, we won't. We'll go back to the sniper rifle. Because would you get your bum behind this bus already? Kitty, I have to reload this first. There is somebody running towards me, just very, very slowly. Right, which one has the gun? The one I just missed. Would you stop shooting the ones that don't have guns? Thank you. I want to use the pistol. It feels a bit unloved at the moment. I want to give it a bit of care and attention. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's get behind this other car as well. Get a slight bit of lay of the land. Goodness, this seems very final, doesn't it? That's another worry I always have with these sorts of games. Is like you end an episode and then you come back and play it like the next week or whatever, and then it turns out there was like another 5 minutes of game left, and you end up in a massive pickle, especially if you're releasing the episodes concurrently. Then you get yourself into a right mess with a situation like that. That's best example I can think of that happening was Resident Evil 4, actually, to reference that game yet again. Where we stopped the episode right before the final boss fight. Glad there was some DLC we could muck about with afterwards, but I don't have any such luxuries with this game. Daylight! Finally! Kitty aunt! Man alive, I feel like I've walked from here to eternity. Just to reach this accursed car. If I've got such good walking abilities, you'd think I'd just walk out of this place. But never mind. Alright. Oh, no! Anyone else want a bit of lead? I have got to fix my surround sound. This is becoming a serious issue. Problem is these... Right. You wanna know what the problem with these speakers is? The problem with these speakers is that the camera rests on top of it. On top of one of them. Kitty yant. Go away. Kitty yant. Go away, inability to remember to reload. Thank you. Yeah, the camera that you're currently looking through rests on top of one of the speakers, and if I change my speakers, they're not going to be the same height as these speakers, which means the camera won't be at the same height, and that will really, really bug me, because every single video has been recorded with this camera on top of this speaker, right? And I don't want that to change, because it's going to screw up the sort of viewing angle, as it were. So, yeah. I also don't have enough space on my desk to have a defunct speaker, which is just kept around as a as a stand for a camera, and then I also have the space to have capacity for proper functional speakers. But never mind. We'll muddle through, one way or the other, or probably we'll just keep standing around and complaining about it, rather than taking a proactive solution to the situation, because, you know, that's just the kind of man I am. Alright then. Why did you feel like I'm fighting my way through the hordes? I didn't call you a horde, I called you a horde! Giddy aunt. Stop jumping to conclusions and being violent over it. Could I go into that metro station? Or, do I have to continue going down this road? Because there are a hell of a lot of them down here. I keep trying to aim with the pistol. It's like draw the weapon and look down the sights. But you can't do that with anything other than the rifle. Yeah, it definitely wants me to pay attention to being down here. It also wants me to use the shotgun more than I am. But never mind. I'm just going to have a quick look at the other end of the road. And then we shall, and we'll see what we've got. It's so nice that I finished off all the people with guns earlier. That makes this job so much easier. Alright, anyone else? What on earth is that? Oh, that's the helicopter crash! Ah, maybe that's why this place is so busy then. Like, the Faceless have heard the crash of the helicopter and they've sort of come to investigate the noise. Interesting. Do you remember the old days? Back when I could actually have my pistol out while I had the lantern up. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Back before I was responsible for doing this. But, right then. Anything of interest around here? Or is this just like an extra thing that you can have a look at if you're exploring around? This feels like a very good place for him to hide a baddie who's going to pop out and bite my face off in a moment. But, no such thing seems to be happening yet. So at least we can have a nice look at the coast and everything else. Yes, very nice look at the coast. Admittedly, it's very, very dark. But what in this game hasn't been very, very dark? Okay, let's just take these pills. There we go. I mean, it's a whole bottle of pills. You'd think I could just, like, open the top of the bottle and pop a few more in there. But never mind. Maybe that would be against medical ethics to mix medications. Alrighty then, let's see what we've got hidden back here. Looks like more shotgun shells. Is that what it is? Is that all it is, I should say? Yes indeed. Right then. Let me scooch past here. Okay, so I don't actually think this is anything of true significance. This is just like a little extra thing if you would like. Right then, is it going to save when I go through the here? Because if so, we could probably end the episode. Let's just reload the battery in this first, just in case. I'll need it in pickle. Right, let's also get the. Let's just get the rifle out. I think that's probably the safest thing to do. Oh, right. Well, there goes that plan. I guess we're not going into the metro station. Maybe there is something a bit more significant at the end of this road. Goodness, sometimes I do a really good job of predicting what this game is going to do, and sometimes I fail absolutely miserably. Oh well, never mind. Let me see. There is a light over there. Maybe there's a doorway I can get through, or a little pathway I can follow. Yeah, here. Here we are. Alright. Any bad people up here? No, just a lot of darkness. Oh, here we go. We have made it onto the bridge. I'm sort of curious to explore the bridge a little bit. Alright, we'll do a little bit of exploring. Is the hitbox well defined? No, it's not. I absolutely detest badly defined hitboxes. They drive me insane. Absolutely insane. Pick it up. Thank you very much. Got some spookalicious music going on. Oh, I guess the bridge can be the last thing we do. Let's finish these kids off. At least we could if they'd react to the bullets I'm putting into their face. You know what else I like? I like games that, Goodness, he was a lot stronger than your average one. I like games that make you automatically reload when you try to shoot with an empty magazine. That's quite fun. Never mind him. He can't get me. It's the guy with a gun I'm worried about. There we are. Now, where did Toothbrush Man go? There we are. One of Marvel's less popular superheroes. Just stand still, man. Give me the shotgun. Idiot. Just give me the shotgun. That's better. That's interesting. So that explains why those guys are often standing around in a sort of static fashion before they jump out at me, because they literally do just stand still, bobbing their head around, which is curious. I haven't seen that before. Right then, did this need reloading? I feel like it did. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You'll shout when it hits you. Yes, indeed. Right. There's a sneaky man hiding behind this car. Who I thought was one of the gun people, but actually was not. Let's just hide behind this Toyota or whatever it is. Quickly take a bandage. Oh yeah, actually, we haven't been going quite as long as I think we have we? Because I've got to cut a few minutes out for the sake of that. For the sake of that bit where I died due to the invincible baddies. I'm still curious about what that was all about. You know, I feel like there's a bit of a mystery there, waiting to be uncovered. But at least those military people have taught me an important lesson, that I really shouldn't be so concerned about these little kids with their handguns when I've got to deal with people with shotguns and big rifles. Right. If you kids would all like to just make a nice little single file queue, I'll sort you all out one at a time. Do this like the post office does. Except with slightly less extortionate pricing. Before someone has a go at me, yes, of course, that's a joke. Magnum round it. Can I at least reload the Magnum? I haven't used it in about 12 years. Does it need to reload? Yeah, for the first time ever, we can reload it. Well, I'm just going to go off and see my grandmother, and then do my tax returns, and then invent the hydrogen fuel cell, and by the time I'm done, this gun will be full of bullets. I love this game, but man, does it get on my nerves sometimes. Oh dear. What's that? Those some pills. Is that an explosion? Or is that like a big water demon under the sea? I don't know. Can I stand up on this side a bit? No, I can't. Alright then, let me have that please, thank you very much. Go back to the pistol. Earth was that noise? What was making a rattling and a rumbling and a tumbling? Oh gosh, it's another one of these I haven't seen in ages. Made a Wookiee noise, I don't like that. Well, it's dead now. I like that quite a lot, to be honest with you. Did I see? Yes, I did see some bullets, good. Oh, it's 2 sets of bullets. Excellent. Right then. It's big gnarly, nubbly, bubbly feet. I don't like that a little bit. That's better. Oh, no, it's not. Not yet, anyway. I swear my ridicule wasn't over him, but he still managed to die. I'm grateful for that. Dear, dear, dear. Okay, is that everyone? At least everyone that I can immediately see. Seems like we're maybe coming to the end of the bridge. It's tough to tell. It's so dark. You stand still! I hate those skittering creatures. Because it's kind of panic-inducing, because every time you think you've got a shot on them, they just vanish. Dear, oh dear. I mean, they're not as bad as the ones that grab hold of your head. Those are my literal arch enemies in this game. Worse than the military, worse than the men with pistols, worse than everyone else. That was not quiet. Giddy aunt. Right then. Oh, I can't even go and stand and look at it. Alright, I suppose the question is do we carry on and hope that there's a cutscene in 2 minutes, or do we stop there and leave it at that? The answer is obviously we carry on, because I can never get enough of this game, and I sincerely hope the feeling is mutual. Alright then. What have we got here? A big fire. And a man who tries to be careful with his ammunition consumption and thus gets himself hit in the face with a toothbrush. Excellent. Dear, oh dear. Oh gosh. He looks so happy. Yay, I've been shot. I don't have to pay my rent no more. I mean, that is one of the benefits of being shot. Amongst the very few of which there are. Hi, friend. You haven't noticed me yet, have you? However, I have noticed you. Could you just... Thank you. Kitty, aren't I hate these undefined hitboxes. I mean, come on, you can't have that as just a massive rectangle. Can we please get out of here? Thank you. Kids yarn, that would giving me a dreadful headache. Alright then. We've passed that blockage in the bridge. We must be nearly at the end now. No, kids yarn. Kids yarn. Man alive. She would be giddy from all of the infernal performance I've had in this game thus far. Oh, crying out loud, let's just do this the old-fashioned way, without the stupid hitboxes getting in the way. Something else will get in the way, though. Right then. Kitty yarns. Let's just... No, kitty yarns. Let's just get the shotgun and finish everyone off. It clearly wants me to use the shotgun, given how many bullets for it's been given me. Alright, it was fair enough that he got a shot on me. I was trying to be a bit silly and get a little bit too close for comfort. But never mind. Alright then. Did I spy some shotgun shells over here? Yes, I did. Also spied some people who are running around too much. Seriously, what is this? Is it meant to be acid, do you think? I mean, it does hurt me when it touches me, so that would make sense, but it does just look so much like toothpaste. It is just incredible. Oh. 4 shotgun shells is a lot to expend on those kids. I think I'm going to stick with the rifle for the time being, even though it's a little bit hard to shoot them because I don't actually skitter around. But actually, you know what, those two can just... Those two can sort themselves out. I've had about enough of this, to be honest with you. Let's just grab these bullets and get the hell out of here. Thank you. Cutscene? I don't know why I like ending on cutscenes, but I do. No, alright, that's enough then. We've finished with the bridge. That will be enough for one more day. We will stop there. Goodness. Well, that was intense. We met the military, and we met their chopper, and we blew up their chopper. We met some invincible baddies hiding in an alleyway, which seemed to be an utterly superfluous alleyway, but alright, that's a bit weird. I'm not sure what that was about. I am beginning to think that the invincible ones were more of a bug, because if you remember when we first went down that alleyway, there were like those 4 enemies just inside the alleyway that were standing totally still. So maybe they had bugged as well. I'm not sure. Maybe that's like a commonly observed problem with the like a bug with the game, or whether that was just something a bit random and weird. I don't know. But we still have not delivered the car parts, but we have also picked up the health medication. I do hope that bloke is all right, because it seems like about 7 hours ago that he had his stroke. So it might take us even longer to get back and help him out. But never mind. We've had some. I was going to say some new guns, but actually we've only had the one new gun, haven't we? This new rifle, but it's a lot of fun, I must say. I really do like this rifle. I'm glad I picked it up. It's good because it balances the sort of shooting from the hip, whilst also being a good scoped weapon at the same time. So it's a lot of fun to use, and obviously very powerful. And it seems to be giving me lots of bullets for it as well, which is lovely. But yes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.